What's going on, guys? First of all, if you're new to this channel, definitely hit the subscribe button, as we plan on doing a couple of these a week, at least one. I wanted to break down today's EURUSD short for you guys that I took during New York session. Now, there was a couple of ways of looking at it. The first thing is Euro's bullish as of right now. Definitely no question about it. It's pretty bullish. It's heading upwards. So if I check the daily, weekly, I would say it's those time frames are bullish. Now, if those time frames are bullish, we're bullish. So higher time frame market structure says we're bullish. The reason I was willing to short, there was actually two, and I'm going to show you both of them. So the first reason is we have this 4-hour manipulation here. So we break these lows, we induce these highs. There was two areas of interest for me here. The first is the rest of this wick, which had some money left in it. So that was reactional area number one. I wasn't awake for it, so this happened during London. Nonetheless, the POIs still hold true. The next POI for me is this 1-hour imbalance. However, this imbalance really not that important, because if we actually just look at this 1-hour leg, this leg's actually been balanced. So there's really no need to come up here. Now, we have all the supply and demand traders would have pulled this demand level here. It's a fresh POI. It broke structure. Possibly in another scenario, this could be a decent demand level to buy from. Today, I have two problems with this demand. So the first problem for me is we have this leg below where we have a leg that has not been balanced. So that is the long-term target. I didn't hold to there because we are counter trend, and I wasn't really looking for a huge move. We could actually make that. This will work. So this is kind of the long-term target. That also lines up with the imbalance here. So buys wouldn't have been wrong to try today, to be honest. To me, due to this manipulation that I showed you guys and this leg that's not balanced, I seen an opportunity to short. Now, the next confluence that we have is, if we just look at this, if we actually just measure the candle sizes, here we have this bullish candle, this bullish candle. The next bullish candle fails to actually do anything, so there's no measurement of any bullish force from that candle. Then we take a measurement of this candle, and if you make note, this one bearish candle engulfed all three of these. So that to me fortifies the bearish selling pressure. So we have liquidity, we have manipulation. One of our point of interest got hit, probably the more relevant one in this case. The next thing we have is this rejection, which balanced this leg. So this is what I call level 2 inducement for me. So this is actually the primary target for me, and this is where I held my trade to. So yeah, just measuring this bullish candle to this bearish candle, we get further confluence that there's definitely bearish pressure in the market. So there are a few other confluences on the smaller time frames. So I get to the charts right around 4:45 a.m. So right when I get to the charts, my initial thoughts was actually buys, and they weren't completely wrong. But then when I did a little more analysis, I decided to go for the sells today. And the reason I actually ended up going for the sells is the way this build-up develops. So right here, price is building up. And if you actually look, what we have here is we're creating build-up. And the most likely thing this buildup will be used for is this is a sell order being created to run this low and possibly smash through this POI to come down and basically level up this leg down here so it is balanced. Once I seen this buildup being created, I changed my narrative completely to sells and I didn't bother going with buys. So we got a couple other confluences here. So the short doesn't come for a bit. Okay, so there's a couple things we're looking for on this chart. One, I would like this leg to be balanced, which we get here. Now the next thing I like to see is this liquidity run as additional confluence. This is again my second level inducements, I call it. Once that happens, which happens right here, first bearish, I am interested in a sell. And here we got our first bearish candle. So for me now, anything that is 50% or above of this range is a place of interest. So now I can drop down to the 1 minute time frame. So if we kind of break this down, this would be the level of liquidity I need to see taken without taking the high. And that would be a valid entry signal for me. So here you could see we actually smash right through. So this trade's invalidated. But the cool thing is we actually get additional confluence to sell here. So here we get this massive bearish candle. And if we actually look here, so what time is that? 6:40 we made this high. So while Euro went on to make a high, DXY at this same time at 6:40 actually failed to make a high. So that does one thing for us, and that gives us further confluence to continue on selling. So anything that is, once again, above 50% of this range interests me for sell. Now I'm just going to leave the DXY open because I'm going to show you the next confluence we get here again. So this is a DXY divergence up here, the black diagonal line. We obviously have our buildup, which is the actual sell order being built up while inducing people into buys. So now we just wait for a level above here to get tapped. So as you can see, we're creating liquidity. We created this inefficiency, and this is basically to induce people into sells early. And first bearish candle, we can execute this. So the way this guy worked out was actually beautiful. I rarely get stops this small, and usually I just cover what I need to cover. So if we go to this high, she's only 1.2, 0.4 above is plenty. So back to where we were talking about earlier, you could definitely hold this for a longer target of down here. Keep in mind, we are bearish, or bullish, my bad. So I wasn't really looking for a big trade. Also, it's Monday. I never look for large trades on Monday. And if you actually look here, so we got a divergence here, and then on this side, we get a hidden divergence. So just to add even further confluence to our trade. And from here, you can just kind of hold the trade. It either goes or it doesn't. Obviously it goes. It's built up pretty nice. It's set up perfectly. This is a grade A setup. And we happen to be right around our reversal timing, so this works out pretty quick. It didn't take long to hit TP. Yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this recap, and make sure you hit the subscribe button, and we will keep dropping these. I'll see you guys in the next one.